It's time for Dobbs Law, and joining us now, criminal defense attorneys Jonna Spilbore and Heather Hansen. Thank you both for being here. I've got to start with a case that just shocked me today. The judge, as we've already reported, in the ICE case brought by the ICE union against this administration, saying that they're going to basically suggesting they could well find in the favor of the union against the administration for its refusal to follow the law.
I think he said he was going to find that way if he has jurisdiction.
Right.
You know, he sent it back. He asked them to do some briefing on the subject as to whether or not he has jurisdiction, because it's really a union argument.
This is a big shot, though, against the Obama administration.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely. And I think he is going to have jurisdiction, and it's the right move to make if he does to block it, because what this would do is basically change the existing law. We can't say, look, here are our federal immigration laws, and we're going to let the Homeland Security pick and choose which people are going to be deported and how it's going to be enforced. We can't do that.
And by the way, they have found out the statistics show 99.5% of those considered are being deferred. I mean, this is a giveaway program by any standard.
And it's interesting, on page 24 of that 38-page opinion, what the judge does say is there's a little bit of an out, because he talks about it not being in the hands of the officers, but perhaps in how it is enforced in the hands of the judges.
I want to turn to the Ricin investigation. No arrest now. They're trying to block that out. I guess the next thing we're going to hear is, well, the investigation continues, and there's been a lawsuit by an Elvis impersonator who wants to make a lot of money.
That is the next step. Did you guess? This is a needle in a haystack investigation. So we're probably going to have a lot of lawsuits at the end of the day against people who are wrongfully suspected of being the perpetrator.
He's got damages. I mean, he was in jail for a week, and his name is all over the papers. Unfortunately for him, and
that could be a good thing for him.
Well, right, and the governmental immunity is, is pretty strong in these types of situations. That being said, the guy that they're investigating now, they've searched his house twice, and they haven't pressed charges against him.
Yeah, until they arrest somebody, I think that the story is going to be lightly covered this time. General Electric, this story fascinates me. General Electric Capital announcing it will not be providing financing to gun shops any longer. That's a political judgment. This is a public company. I mean, what happens here?
Yeah, it is. They are using a lot of discretion too, because they're continuing to work with Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods, which are two companies that also sell firearms, but they're not working with these smaller companies that solely sell firearms.
But here's the problem: gun owners are not a protected class, so GE can get away with this, and it's just another knee-jerk backdoor way to try to poke holes in the Second Amendment.
Gun owners, as you said, they're not. But in business law, when you start discriminating against any class, they become protected. And this is a group of business owners, irrespective of what they're selling. I mean, that sounds pretty dicey to me.
The shareholders have to be.
They're also inviting a huge backlash from their customers in a host of areas. Well, I'm sure they've examined that from A to Z.
And I think that the concern is that I think that the father of the shooter from Sandy Hook actually works for them. And I think that there's a lot of social issues in being in Connecticut that have led to this conclusion. Well,
some other people are going to figure out there are a lot of social issues as well, and putting up with a corporation that is using its economic power for political purposes. And that is probably going to excite a lot of people to the point of action. Not the thing that always big corporations like GE welcome.
Yeah.
We thank you so much for being with us, Jonna. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.